but not for the lack of the tool. What broke the back was the lack of the means to transport her trade away to the sea. Daniel Adamson nurtured a dream to build a canal the likes never seen, and while the traders in Liverpool scorned in Manchester town, the vision was born. 36 miles away from the sea, building a dream, a gateway, a key, from the sea to the city, a sight to be seen. 36 miles away from the sea.
Hard-working boater and sharp as a knife, I've worked on the junction for most of my life, with a pair of steel boats, 7 kids and a wife, and I fancy I'll carry on boating. I've fought with me windlass and taken some knocks from the Brummagem wars to the Western Point docks, and I fought for me turn on the Camden Town locks when I'm wanted in Limehouse for loading. Myself and me missus have nearly been drowned when working by night on the 15-mile pound, with a big load of spelter for Birmingham bound, and the weather has been pretty bloody. I've been down to Oxford with a load of DS, 55-ton out of Griff Arm no less, and I boated to Wellingborough, 2 boats abreast, when the water's been coming down floody. You can talk of your rail and your whole highway code, but there's nought like a pair wi' a 50-ton load, when your butty swims well and you get a good road right over the Cowras to Leighton. So wind up your motor and let your blades churn, keep a sharp eye on the oil that you burn, and feel for the snatch from the butty astern, and don't keep the company waiting.
There was an old saying in the old days, nothing was too heavy and the weather was never too dark. The traffic went through. Wonderful. The only times they were really stopped was when the elements were too bad, such as when the canal was frozen up.
Oh, we had a job to get along. We had about a day atop of Curtis. Couldn't get through the ice. They kept breaking it and breaking it. There was no window to go into Birmingham and back.
I remember it when you couldn't break it.
At Stockton, we sunk the iceboat there. 3 men went down with her.
Well, they get on a boat, and there's so many men on one side and so many men on the other. And they were rocking this boat like this here with a oars that thick, you know. And somehow or other, this darn thing broke. And one lot went in backwards, another went on top of. Ooh, it was terrible. Well, I went on the ice through the tunnel about 1893, I think it was, at Snareston. It's never been froze over since. The ice boat used to come through from Moira. It was a sailboat, and they used to have 26 horses on it at the worst periods from Derby, Midland Railway horses.
At Brum we loaded sus for Wigan town, of course, far up the north and bloody miles away. The boat was loaded deep up at Tolchurban Street, and we had to work like hell to get our pay. Me missus' name was Anne, and she'd fight any a man, any mortal soul across our way. With a thought in mind, I cast the buggers blind, all down the Cotton on our way. We got to Norbury Junction, but the engine ceased to function. The old things let us down at last. Still we didn't care for the pubs just over there, and I let the other buggers sail on past. They chucked us out at 3, I was blind, drunk, I couldn't see. But at my missus I did take a lash. I thought I'd done me best, but she kicked me in the chest, and I ended in the cutting one big splash.